Okay, we're going into the Tustin area condos homeowner report for the 92780 zip code, only for condos. We have separate videos for the single family residence and for the other zip codes in the Tustin area. You can go to the channel and watch those videos there. So let's get right into it. So we're going to cover price data, sales data, and predictions as we go forward. Let's take a look at price data. Again, condos in the 92780 zip code. So what we're looking at 5 months worth of data here. Just to kind of see, we do average and median because we want to kind of see, is there any trends one way or the other, you know, that we need to kind of be aware of as we move forward. But take a look at this. So over the 5 months, the median has steadily grown in the Tustin area for condos. The average has pretty much steadily grown. We had a little bump there, but then it started growing back up. 562 for the median in condos in Tustin in 92780. 558, 490 for the average. So they're right in line with each other. That's perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. So prices are continuing to go up. That is a really good thing for you, the homeowner. Okay, so we're going to look at the sold percentage of list price. In other words, overbids is what we call them. So how much are people paying above your original list price on average, to kind of see, is there a trend? Are people like fist fighting for these houses, or is it kind of, hey, we're using good pricing strategies and people are, yes, they're paying a little bit over, but we're pricing it right where it's supposed to be. And that's exactly what the data here is telling us. Slight little difference in the months here. I mean, right now, what this means is 101.7% is what people are getting for their list price. So if you listed your house for $100,000, just to keep numbers really simple, then on average, you'd be able to expect to get $101,000 or $101,700, right? So a little bit above. This is good because what that means, like I said, is people are pricing their homes correctly. Some people want to put their price astronomically out into outer space, and then it sits there forever. Even in a seller's market, this is a good indicator right here for us, so I call it a wash. Let's look at price per square footage sold. And now this is really interesting because we had, you know, the prices go up, but when we look at the price per square footage, it's actually gone down. So it's kind of bookended here, right? 436 here, 433, 440, 445, and 463 in the middle. So it was low, kind of went high, and kind of dipped back down a little bit. Now, the only reason is because maybe just the different areas. But when you see the number of homes that have been listed, when we look at data like this, we're kind of like going, just not enough. You know, it'd be nice if I had 100 homes to pull data from and go, okay, hey, it's a pretty clear picture. Not a super clear picture, but still important to know, okay? So I'm not really too concerned about this. I just kind of call it a wash because, you know, we don't really have any big trends going on. Now, if we continue to see it go down over the next couple of months, different story. We'll see. I bet you we're going to see an increase or something like that happen coming up soon. So let's look at sales data for condos. Oh, it says houses, but these are for condos actually in 92780. New listings. Okay, I don't even want you guys to see this one here. So look at the number 17, 24, 11, 9 in November. There were 7 new listings, 7 condos listed for sale in the 92780 zip code. Now, to put that into perspective, in the 92780 zip code, there's 1,985 condos. So what percentage of 1,985 is 7 homes? Nothing. It's nothing. I mean, it is so little in the grand scheme of things. And this is good for you, the homeowner. Because as a homeowner, now you're going, hey, there's no competition. There is no competition. I just met with somebody today, about an hour and a half ago, to talk about selling their house, and we did a circle around their house, 1 mile in each direction, so a 2-mile diameter, and 0 homes for sale. 0. So no competition if you're thinking about putting on your house on the market. Now, this is also reflective of the fact that we're going into the holidays. This is typical. Holidays, you know, it normally happens like that. So, you know, take that for what it's worth, but it is a good thing for you, the homeowner in Tustin. Days on market, let's look at this here. So 16. Now, this is kind of interesting because the trend is going up. What's fueling this? Can't really say yet. Can't really say yet. But for condos, it's taken about 27 days on average to get a viable offer, because that's what days on market means. It means if you have not sold your, you put your house on the market and it took 27 days before you got an offer that you said, yes, that is the one that I will take and accept, and it's good for me. So we're talking a month. You know, it's a month before you get into escrow. Then you got another 30, 45 days before you close escrow. So I put that as kind of a, not such a good thing, because the trend is showing that the days are going up. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll see what happens. If it continues, then we got to figure out what the cause is behind that. Closed sales, July 2021, 8 closed. August, 14, 12, 25. Look at that, 10 closed. Only 10 closed in November, but that's still a good thing, because there's actually more homes selling, closing escrow, than there are coming into the marketplace. So go figure, right? So that is a good thing for you, the homeowner. Months of supply. Let's talk about that. Months of supply. This is kind of crazy. Months of supply. Right now we're at 0.8 months. So what that translates to is about 24 days. So what that means is, if we stop putting any new homes, if nobody put their house on the market indefinitely going forward, and you only sold what was existing available for sale in the 92780 for condos, then in 24 days, every single property would be sold. That's it, gone, nothing else. Okay, so that's quick. That is really fast. So again, calling that a wash. And then we've got housing market predictions. I'm calling this a green flag. You guys are, there's nothing that says that this is not a good time for you, the homeowner, to own or to sell your condo, if that's what you're thinking about doing. If you're thinking about doing that, reach out to us. We have a 1% listing fee. Happy to help you out. Been working in the Tustin area since 1997. But there's a few things, couple things you want to keep an eye out on. First of all, if you want me to show you how you can fully rehab your condo, I mean fully rehab it before you sell it, not just to fix it up to sell it, but fix it up to not just get a higher price, but actually get more profit in your pocket when you sell. At the end of this video, another video is going to pop up. Just click on that, watch that one, and you'll see that that is a pretty cool program where you don't have to pull any money out of your pocket up front. Okay, so things to watch out for as we move forward. So if you remember back last month, I brought this up. This came out on November 1st. Zillow announced that they laid off 25% of their workforce and completely shut down their buying division. They stopped buying homes altogether. That is it. And so they shut it down, and which is like a shocker. It was like a big shocker, because Zillow is like, they're the big 100-pound gorilla with all the data that everybody, you know, all the real estate data. So they kind of know some things about what's going on. And then they announced that they were going to be selling off 7,000 homes that they own. 7,000. They're dumping these homes. They're selling them at a loss. They're just get rid of them. Get rid of them. Okay. So we saw that and went, what does that mean? If Zillow has all this data and they know, you know, kind of a lot of things about real estate, and if days on market are super low, prices are going up, there's a lot of competition, very low inventory, then why wouldn't they just sell these properties normally? Why wouldn't they just stick a sign in the yard and say for sale? Right? They're not doing that. They're dumping it off to investor groups and things like that at a loss. And it just creates a lot of questions in my mind, because if it was profitable, their reason for doing that, they said, was because on their Q3 earnings report, that they weren't profitable. And I'm going, well, just sell the houses. You'll be profitable based on the way the market's been. Okay. So it's just really weird. And so they decided to do that. But now, just yesterday, this article came out. Zillow cancels 100 more home contracts across the country. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. So they were in the middle of buying a house. So they went to somebody, they said, hey, here's an offer on your house. We'll buy your house. They said, okay, great. And now they just canceled all of them. They didn't pick and choose and all this stuff. They just wiped them out. Said, nope, not buying anything else. Doesn't matter if we're in the middle of a transaction with you. So again, pretty aggressive on their part to just pull out, and trust me, they've got the verbiage in there that allows them to do it. And so again, just something to watch. And then this came up saying that iBuyers, so these are institutional buyers. Zillow is an institutional buyer, okay? Or they were. They don't have a buying division anymore, apparently. But there's other people who are other big companies that all they do is buy properties at a discount. They buy your house, your fixer-upper, your whatever. They'll buy it at a discount. They'll freshen it up, and then they'll resell it, okay? Institutional buyer. But now there's reports saying that iBuyers are selling, in this case, Arizona homes for a loss. So are other iBuyers getting on this trend with selling homes at a loss? What do they know, right? These are just questions we gotta ask, and don't know the answer to it yet. We really don't know the answer to it yet. So keep an eye on those, okay? And then, of course, yes, the first Omicron variant case detected in, where else? Of course, California, right? So regardless of where you stand on the issue, you could be, on the side of, oh my gosh, the sky is falling and we're all going to die, or it's a conspiracy theory, you guys are all nuts, right? And it doesn't matter where you're at. What is important is that as the media puts this out, this information out, people will react. How are they going to react, though? Are fewer people now, again, going to put their homes on the market? Or are there people going to go, let's get out of here and flood the market, right? And then in combination with what's going on with Zillow and other iBuyers, we just don't know yet. So things to keep an eye on, and we're going to keep an eye on them, but you should keep an eye on as well. And then finally, we still don't know what the effects of the foreclosure and eviction moratoria are going to be on the overall market. When we look at the numbers, for the last 3 months, there have been 0 notice of defaults and 0 notice of trustees filed in all of Orange County. None whatsoever. Now that's really odd. And the reason is because, foreclosures happen. There's a lot of reasons why people have foreclosures, not just because of, issues related to, coronavirus or something like that. And so there's been none. Okay, but we know that there's a lot of people who took forbearances and things like that, who, even though they're trying to work out something with the bank, they're just not going to be able to. So at what point in time are these banks going to start saying, okay, we got to start doing these foreclosures? And in my last month's report, I told you that I think that the banks are kind of very leery of being that first one out there saying, okay, we got to start filing foreclosures, because the CFPB, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, basically threatened the lenders and said, hey, if you do not take care of people and help them keep their houses the best that you can, obviously if they can't make their payment, they can't make their payment. But if you don't do that, then we're going to slap you with multi-millions of dollars in fines. And so it's one of those things where they're all deciding, well, are you going to go first or are you going to go first? Who wants to get whacked first? No, nobody does, right? So anyways, if you're thinking about selling your condo in the Tustin area, hey, happy to help out. Like I said, I've been doing this since 1997 in the Tustin area. Grew up and live here, forever. So reach out to us. If you got any questions or whatever, happy to help out. Hope this information was good. Watch that video popping up on your screen now, and let me know if you got any questions. All right, take care.